Preeya, I'm going to make some roti, which is something I grew up with as a young boy. As I've told you, I grew up in Malaysia and I grew up on this roti bread that was made every single day. And once you've made it a few times, you get the hang of it. I've only made it 4 or 5 times, so I'm still getting the hang of it.
Okay.
But I know this is something that in the Indian culture where it's almost a daily thing. It's like putting on the rice, you have the roti bread, isn't it?
This is something my family make all the time. My grandma is watching you at home extremely closely.
I know, and she's watching. Hope he does it well. Well, I'm going to give it a good go. I've practiced it a few times, so I reckon we'll be able to nail this one. I'm using wholemeal flour, which is great for this sort of thing. You use it for tortillas, that sort of stuff, and also for roti bread. Now, I'm using warm water, about 2 cups of flour and about a cup of warm water. With these measurements, hang on to that one because we might need to put some more in there. Now, I've got my finger in here. You can see I'm doing the messy work.
I love that you're using wholemeal, though. This is what my mum does. So it's lower GI. It doesn't cause a big spike in your blood sugar levels, higher in fibre. So really good, healthy option if you're trying to tweak things.
Goes straight through you and makes you nice and healthy. Now, I can feel already that it's a little bit dry. You can see that it needs a little bit of water to it. So what I'll do is get you to put about a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons in there of the warm water. It's so much nicer. You know how your dough was cold with the yogurt? That warm water makes it feel nice and squishy. And it's just a matter of kneading it together really, really gently to bring it all together. At this stage here, I'll pop it onto the board. I'll hand you the bowl there. Not everyone likes the wholemeal flour, but, you know, give it a go.
Give it a go.
It makes it a little bit different. More texture, a little bit more chew to it or bite to it.
Yes.
Once you've kneaded it, you've stretched the flour and it wants to pull back really well. So if you want to roll it out nice and thin, you should rest it.
Yes.
Here's my little tip.
Oh, you cut it in half?
I cut it in half.
My family does not do this. So my Baranani's, well, yes, she's watching you.
And half again, and she's probably thinking, Richo, that's a good way of doing it. I might...
Oh, you're going to do it into the balls now?
I'll do it into little balls now.
OK. I've done this many times in my life over the family kitchen.
She says it now.
There's a lot of chitty chat. Yeah, I'm watching very closely, but yeah, good.
Once you've got the balls, what I like to do is pop them onto a little bowl or tray like this or whatever you've got. And then if you grab that extra virgin olive oil over there, I just drizzle just a tiny bit over the top of it. It stops it from drying out. You can put some cling film on there as well, but a little bit of oil on the top of it like that. And all we need to do is rest this for about 15 to 20 minutes and then we'll roll them out.
Wonderful.
Preeya, you can see that it's rested and it's really important to rest it because it becomes nice and soft and really easy to come apart.
Easier to handle.
Exactly, exactly. And I've got some flour there to dip it into and I'll just dust this little piece of chopping board here. You like this, don't you?
I've assumed that I'm invited to be part of it. You didn't actually officially invite me.
Well, it's just part of your culture as well, isn't it? So this is something as a little girl you would have sat around the table.
So we have this for special occasions. My family kind of do the rice thing most of the time. Oh, you are using a rolling pin.
And there's a little technique of rolling it.
Yes.
And as you roll it, it turns as well. And if you get the hang of it, it takes a little while to get.
Yes.
But see how it just turns around as you roll it and it stays nice and round. It takes a while to pick that up.
It does. I actually don't do it that way. My grandma would be over me going, it is not right.
Okay.
I don't get the right shape for my Baranani. I know she's listening going, what is she doing?
Or she's actually watching Richo. So why did you watch Richo, you know? There we go. Now, I'll just give that a little push out to the end. You're looking for something that's about round, and then there's another way of doing it where you sort of pat it from both sides to take the flour off it. It's a little technique, and it stretches it out as well, and it just comes out beautifully. You like that?
I do.
Now, what I'm looking for here, I've got a really good crepe pan here, and it's got the thermo signal in the centre here because I want to put this into a hot pan. It's got to be on a medium to high setting so I can see that it's solid and that tells me we're ready to go. It's just a matter of placing the roti bread on top. You can see it's dry. There's no oil on the pan at all. What we want to do is let it cook just gently like that for a minute or so on one side. And what we're hoping for is to get some of these bubbles to form on the outside. And it won't take long at all. OK, Preeya, we can see it's starting to bubble there, so it's time to turn it over. And you want to see a couple of little dark dots on the outside. And hopefully it cooks a little bit on one side, and as we turn it over, it cooks a little bit on the other side, and then it sort of puffs up in the middle. So hopefully that all works out together. Keep an eye on it, turn it over a couple of times, and then, of course, we brush it with ghee, and that makes it nice and soft and gives it flavour.
It does.
Okay, the roti's been resting over there. It's got plenty of ghee on it, and it's still nice and warm. There's a lot of them. And they're big rotis, aren't they?
They are. My family would go probably half that size, but I like it. It's a richo roti, that's for sure.
As we say in Australia, big is better. So the bigger they are, the better they are. It's almost like pizza. That's the Italian in me and the Indian in you coming together.
It's a clash of cultures.
Exactly.
That's what's happening here.
We're loving the clash. Now, I've got some satay sauce here, and I'm going to pop some of that into this bowl here.
Real clash of cultures.
Exactly. I'm mixing it around. Well, in Malaysia, we would have a lot of Indian food with Malay food. It all sort of comes together beautifully.
Oh, that smells beautiful.
It does. Pop some salsa into there, and I'll grab this little plate over here, put it all together. I'll grab some of this roti bread, one of those babies there, and with this, I'll just fold it up like that, pop it on the side here. Come on, let's get it in now. I've got to try this.
I know. You're excited, Richo. Here you go. I like the rainbows on the side.
Lots of good stuff there, and it looks fantastic, just like that. Now, this is the thing. You've got to eat it with your hands, don't you?
You do. I like it.
Pull it apart. I'll give you some.
Perfect, thank you.
And I've got some for me as well.
I love that you've done the wholemeal side. I'm going to try this satay.
Oh, you like that sauce? That's my secret recipe, that one. I'll have to give it to you another day.
That is beautiful. You've absolutely nailed this, Richo.
I think it's great. Normally we would have this with curry, but with a little salsa here, it's nice and fresh and light. A little bit of satay sauce. What a fantastic dish.
Agree.